Hello there, and welcome to Pink Milk, your Star Wars podcast for us superfans.
And those of us who are forced to listen to them.
Today is someday, and someday we're speaking with another guest.
Another guest?
Yes, Thomas, we're speaking with Lacey from the Resistance broadcast. Get ready, because it's time to drink up.
Drink up.
Hello there, Pop.
Well, hello there, Brian. How are you?
I am wonderful.
You
How
know,
are
you are wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm only wonderful because I'm looking at you.
How do I argue with that? I mean, you're so brilliant. Everything you say is correct.
Well, welcome to Pink Milk. I am your host, Brian. With me, as always, is my better half and your better host, Thomas.
Hello.
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 I really love it. Well, how are you, sir? It is like 175 degrees here in Arizona.
Well, I'm melting. But other than that, I'm actually better than I deserve.
Oh, Dave
Well,
is
maybe
back.
not, because I am melting. So maybe I'm getting what's coming to me.
It's because you're gay and it is hell burning down upon you.
Well, you know, I hope we'll be a party. Sorry, Mom.
Living it up in party time.
It is hot. I'm not going to lie,
Yeah,
though.
it's not fun. You'd think we'd get used to it, but we really don't.
Not yet.
Tomorrow we'll be used to it, right?
Tomorrow I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be positive about the weather.
No wonder Obi-Wan Kenobi ended up aging like he did, living in the blistering suns of Tatooine.
Can you imagine two?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Like I said, growing up here in Phoenix, Arizona, in the Southwest, I very much related to Tatooine. And then I got old enough to realize what two suns would actually do. And I'm like, oh my God, how did these people even live?
So can I just put a little disclaimer on this entire opening segment? If this is the first time you're listening to us, this is the summertime.
Okay.
And we're just going to call it 3 months of the year. Could you also listen to the other parts of the year when we're really boasting and excited? Those other 9 months, we love the weather. It's amazing, and we feel incredibly blessed. We really do. Just the summers is, we like to give you,
Thomas,
different points of view.
I love how positive you are. And that positivity
And that's why
was
they call me Positive Patty.
something...
Or is that Daddy? Positive Daddy. Anyway. The
Double
kids.
Daddy.
No.
I was trying to think of something. Didn't happen.
No.
Anyways, the positivity, it's funny because in this upcoming interview that we were going, let's stay on brand. In this upcoming talk that we have, we actually talk about positivity versus negativity and toxic positivity.
Wow, that was a good segue.
It sure was.
You've been doing this for a couple of months.
Well, I had to step up my game for our next guest.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, smart. I'm like in awe. I feel like I learned something from her, for sure.
Yeah. So our guest today is Lacey from the Resistance broadcast. She was fantastic. I just happened to send out a tweet saying, hey, do you want to come on our show? She said yes. I was like, really? Okay, this is wonderful.
Oh my God, wait, you're really going to come on?
And this woman, in all of her brilliance, in, I don't know, our interview, our talk. Why do I keep saying interview? This is talking Star Wars. This is not interviewing Star Wars. God, Brian, get with it. I created the damn show. In this hour-long talk, this brilliant woman was able to convince my husband of how great Star Wars is in an hour. I've been 13 years, and apparently I cannot articulate very well. I don't know what it is, but he listened to her. I'm like, oh. Lacey, if you're listening to this, I may just call you like once a week just to whisper like 2 minutes out of your week, just to put the phone next to my husband's ears, please. I will tell you the things I'd like you to deliver to him. You will remember what you're putting into R2D2 because again, spoiler alert to the interview.
Princess Leia put something in there. I don't know what it was.
Spoiler alert to the talk. Yeah. Tom didn't remember. So anyways, Lacey, I'm going to feed you some Death Star plans that I would like you to bring and present to Tom.
Now, Brian, you
Thank
act
you.
as if though you're surprised by anything that comes out of my mouth.
I'm not. Well, anything you want to say, Tom, before we get going in this talk?
Enjoy the talk.
Enjoy the talk. Get ready because it's time to drink up.
Drink up.
All right. Well, we have a very exciting guest today, and I'm super stoked to have Lacey from the Resistance Broadcast Podcast. I got it out. I can never say that show.
Welcome.
No problem. We call ourselves TRB if it makes it any easier.
Yes. I mumble as it is. Great podcasting voice here, but yeah, that's a mouthful.
Honey,
But I
I've
do
never
like it.
heard you mumble.
Never?
Never.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, hello, Lacey.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on. We're very excited.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Awesome.
You sent me a
We're-
playlist
we're-
before the show. I was like jamming out. It was great.
Yeah, so if you listen to our show regularly, you know that I, Brian, love two things. I love Star Wars and I love Robin. And you're the first guest. I was like, hey, hang on. It just dawned on me because I was jamming out today while I was working.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm going to send her this playlist so we can all be on the same wavelength. And then I found, and you already knew who she was?
Robin is a mood. They used Robin a lot in Gossip Girl back in the day.
Oh, they did? Okay, I've
Yeah,
never seen
a lot.
Gossip Girl.
It's,
I don't even know
it's
if I
good.
know what Gossip Girl is.
It's one of those like
think it was on the
CW,
WB.
WB
Got it.
shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robin is the absolute best. I love her. So it would not be a Pink Milk podcast without Robin to start it
We
off.
play a lot of Robin around this house.
Nice. It's
Yes.
fun.
Our youngest son, Michael, who is the super fan, who more often than not introduces the show, maybe not so much lately, but last weekend wanted me to put Robin on Nothing on YouTube because he is in love with her and she is so beautiful.
Aw.
And I was like, oh, you want
And
me to
he's
put
6.
Yeah, you want me to put Robin on YouTube all day? I am fine with that.
I'm okay with it. Approved.
Awesome. So why don't you start off by telling our listeners about your podcast and when you started it? How about that?
Yeah, so I started podcasting, which again, it's so funny when you're like, I podcast. I started podcasting in April of 2017, I think. 2017, 2018. It might have been 2018. It was 2018. I'm lying. 2018.
Okay.
And
We're off to a great start. We're lying already.
yes. It's been, can I just tell you, 2020 feels like I've been in this like time period for 5 years. Like I feel,
yes.
anyway, yeah, no, I started podcasting because I used to work for comic conventions and I needed ad space on Star Wars Newsnet. So I reached out to John Hoey, who's one of the hosts for the Resistance broadcast. And I said, hey man, I need some ad space for this guest. We were having John Boyega at the show. And we were chatting back and forth and he was just like, oh, so where are you from? I was like, Connecticut. And he's like, I'm from Connecticut. And it ends up we're like 20 minutes from each other.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, super weird. But he was just like, have you ever done podcasting or talked about Star Wars? And I was like, no. He's like, would you want to? I was like, sure. So him and James did like this like video interview with me and I was just swearing and talking about Raylo and like like being a degenerate and they were just like, all right, let's go with it. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so that's how it started. I just was like, okay, yeah, I like Star Wars. I like talking about it. It's a fun time. And it's just kind of been like, that's how it started. Because they were doing it before I joined.
So have you all like become friends too? Like, did your friendship grow through the podcast?
Absolutely. Yeah, no.
That's awesome.
They're great. Both of them are fabulous and they're crazy. And sometimes I'm like, you drive me nuts. But I mean, it's like family, you know? You forgive them and you move forward. No, they're just so funny.
Really awesome.
And they support me in everything that I do, like in life and in the podcast. So it's just been a real nice experience of being a part of this community, but also kind of finding where I belong in this space.
Have you always been a Star Wars fan?
Yes.
Or is it just a later on in?
No, I've always been a Star Wars fan. And it's funny because my best friend, we were having dinner with my parents one time, and she was like, so, like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
to my parents. And my parents were like, we have no idea. So how it happened, my humble beginnings as a Star Wars fan were in second grade. I was at this, like, grocery store here in Connecticut called Stu Leonard's. It's like this dairy store. And it has like animatronic cows and stuff. It's weird, but it's like from Connecticut. And they had a movie section, and the movie section had the VHS set that the movies formed Vader's mask. And I said to my dad, I was like, what is that? He goes, Star Wars. And I was like, I want it. And he was like, okay. And so he bought it for me, and I watched it, and I was just hooked ever since. Like, I'd run around my house pretending I was Leia's daughter and going on missions for her, and it was just that was it. I've been a fan my whole life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie, or you like them all?
So this is a tough question for me because it changes in the sense of, like, it's like, what mood am I feeling right now? Like, am I feeling original trilogy?
Yep.
Am I feeling sequel trilogy? I'm not the biggest prequel fan, I'm going to admit, because I grew up with the original trilogy. So my funny moment with the prequels is I went to go see The Phantom Menace, which I actually really enjoy. The Phantom Menace. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, it's not my favorite. It actually is my favorite of the prequels. I think it's just a fun movie to watch. I left it with my dad, and I was like, where's Luke Skywalker? And my dad was just like, So I would probably say either Return of the Jedi or The Force Awakens would be my favorite, followed by Solo. Solo's up there in my top 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a Return of the Jedi kid.
I love that
through
movie
and through. It is
so
my,
much.
it's my favorite. I know you can't. That was the first movie I ever saw, like that I can remember seeing.
Right.
The Empire Strikes Back was the very first movie I saw, but I was 1, so I don't remember it. But I actually remember seeing Return of the Jedi at the movie theater.
Right.
But I think even like removing the nostalgia part of it, I feel that Return of the Jedi is such a Star Wars movie, which sounds dumb speaking of a Star Wars movie,
it
but
absolutely
it's
doesn't. I know exactly what you mean.
like it's part of the thing that I love so much about Solo too. Solo is such a Star Wars movie where there's like 50 stories crammed into this little movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of lighthearted on the surface, but then underneath those movies there's so much sitting in it, which I think is one of the, Empire Strikes Back is probably universally the most well-loved movie.
Which it wasn't at first. That's the thing everyone always forgets. It wasn't at first.
Yep. But it's very serious. It's funny. It's a Star Wars movie, but it's really serious actually.
Right.
And I think so it's so easy to access it because there isn't the subtext. Whereas like I think for me the secret sauce in Star Wars is on the surface it's just a pew 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 movie.
Right.
So people like Tom can like it, and everybody loves Star Wars.
Right.
Or likes it, but if you want to dig underneath, there's so much to chew on. And it's funny to talk about how it changes all the time. Because I think a lot of super fans, that's how it goes.
I'm curious about Solo, though. You mentioned Solo, and we ask this question to a lot of our guests, and we don't get Solo a lot. So why is Solo up there in your movies?
Yeah, no, I feel like right now, if you were to ask a lot of fans, they'd be like, The Last Jedi is my favorite, or like Empire Strikes Back. My feeling about Star Wars, and this probably comes from my own childhood and my connection from it at a young age, is like, I like the idea of going to the movies, escaping for 2.5 hours, leaving feeling great, the good guys won, and having the rest of my day feeling good. So, A New Hope gives you that feeling. Return of the Jedi gives you that feeling. Force Awakens gives you that feeling. I didn't get that feeling from Rogue One because obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
didn't really get that feeling from The Last Jedi, and I didn't get that feeling from The Rise of Skywalker. I did at first. I feel like I was just so pumped to be seeing another Star Wars movie, but as it set in, I was like, oh, I didn't really get closure. I didn't get the closure I wanted. Whereas I feel like Solo is another one of those films that you can go in without knowing anything about Star Wars, watch it, have fun watching it, enjoy the characters and the storylines, and it's action-packed, it's funny, and you leave excited of what's coming next. And I like that feeling. So I feel like that's why it's in my top 3, because I enjoy Star Wars when the good guys win and everybody's happy. And some people like the deeper, darker meanings, and they like, I like the angst. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I want to leave feeling good. Like, I've accomplished something in this movie time.
Yep.
And I feel
agree,
like those
100%.
movies give me that.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I like Rogue One a lot. I think
great.
it is, I think, the most beautiful looking of, I know this will probably not go well, but of any of the Star Wars movies. Like, it is so beautiful looking.
Yeah, you could see that. Yeah.
It feels like, it looks like Star Wars. I think I love that the Star Destroyers look like models, but like it's sophisticated looking still. That shot on the rings of whatever when we first meet Cassian and they're going through the market. Like, it is just so full. And that to me is so George Lucas.
Right.
Of everything is full. And I think a lot of the newer stuff, it isn't as full like that. And you get to Solo too, and there's the whole the Sabacc card game, and that room is so dense.
And there's so
It's
many
so
creatures and droids and aliens and random people that you could watch Solo 50 times in a row and notice something different every time. And that's what I love about it. And I feel like the newer movies, like you said, like Maz Kanata's castle, you get that moment where you're trying to pick apart what's in the background. In Last Jedi, you have that Canto Bight, but don't get me started on Canto Bight. But other than that, like, you have bits and pieces here and there that you can kind of watch it and learn something and see something new, which I love because that's the excitement of Star Wars. It's this galaxy far, far away. There's all these different things that you can explore and people you can meet and creatures you can engage with. And I feel like that kind of lacked in the sequel trilogy as a whole, that we didn't get enough side characters, random people in the background. It was just very straightforward at times, that you're like, okay, you got your main characters and that's who you're focused on. And I feel like you said, like, The Rise of Skywalker especially is very, with the exception of the festival scene, it's very empty. So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, to this day, I can still watch the Jabba the Hutt stuff.
Oh, I love
and
Jabba
I'm not sure,
so much.
Yeah, I feel like I still see things that I didn't see, or it's been so long since I've seen it that it's like new all over again.
I would argue
I literally
that sequence is the best sequence in Star Wars. The sequence from Luke Skywalker arriving to fighting Jabba to the sail barge is, if I was told I can only watch one scene for the rest of my life on Star Wars, that would be the scene. I'd watch it over and over and over again.
I am with you 1,000%.
Yes.
So I grew up on Star Wars. I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater. I was 4. But I grew up with Star Wars on VHS. I am that generation also.
Rewind.
However, my generation is pre the Darth Vader one, the original posters. And the last time I had a VCR, my copy of Return of the Jedi is crap quality during Jabba the Hutt. And then all of a sudden the Jabba the Hutt scene is over and it looks great again. Because when
like
I was
4K.
a kid, it was... yeah, exactly. We went from 720p to 4K all in one movie. I'm with you though. That's my favorite thing in any of Star Wars.
Yeah, that and the Solo scene in the Millennium Falcon when they do the Kessel Run is also like easily. As soon as I saw that scene, I've never had such a big smile on my face as an adult than watching that scene.
Yeah, I think I want to say it was y'all's last podcast. You were talking about the monster that was almost in The Rise of Skywalker that we saw in the art books. You know, whatever that
the
weird
webbish
head.
Bog, the baby head, spider baby head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why was that not there? I'm like,
I got a lot of
that is so
questions
Star
about
Wars.
that movie.
Yeah, I have been through every emotion. I've been through all 7 stages of grief with that movie, all here right on the podcast.
He has.
But at the same time, like I could watch it and have fun and enjoy it and pick things out that I like, which is oftentimes people, I get a lot of critiques online because they're like, oh, you're too positive. And I'm like, maybe I just like to focus on what I like instead of what I don't like. But I mean, one of those things is just, it's nuts to me that something like that wasn't in the movie because it's so Star Wars-y when you see it. Like when we got glimpses of it last summer, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the most epic creature ever. And then they were like, no, psych. Just kidding.
Well, the night, I want to say it was like the day before it came out, was when that Fortnite announcement of the Emperor being back. And
Fortnite. Yeah.
Which I had never heard of Fortnite before that thing. I found out about Fortnite because of the Emperor. But like, I think it was that night, there was also like a little 30-second teaser, which we found out was the beginning of the movie. But when Kylo goes through his TIE fighter and gets to the Sith temple.
Right, to find the Wayfinder or whatever.
Yeah, I lost my mind. Because again, like I am a animation nut. And I was like, oh my God, we got it in Solo when Maul was there. I'm like, oh, it's all coming. I was so excited. And then I'm like, oh, it's not a Sith holocron. Okay.
Everyone thought it was a holocron. Everyone was like, oh, okay, this is connecting everything together. And they're like, nah. It's not, nah, dog. It's not a holocron. Okay.
It was disappointing. I was a bit bummed.
I
from
feel
that,
like it
was
right. one. And then they were like, this will be too hard to explain.
I did have this conversation with Tom because he liked Wayfinder because at least I know they're trying to find something. I was like, okay.
Well, it tells you what's going to happen.
Right.
So I'm like, I have someone here who is not in it like I am. And I'm like, okay, if that really does help, then I'm going to let it go because this is not for me. And I think that's so funny. Like, why in the world does anyone get mad that you're too positive?
I don't know. It happens.
I'm like, what?
I've seen the phrase toxic positivity floating around, and I'm like, all right. Okay.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind. I just laugh at it and move on, and then post more pictures of Kylo Ren because he's hot.
He is. I thought he did a really good job in the movies.
Oh, Adam Driver was amazing.
Yeah, he really was.
Kylo Ren is Tom's favorite character.
He is.
Yeah.
It's
He's
between
great.
him and Luke, but it depends which Luke if you were like, Lacey, which Luke do you like? It's not the Last Jedi one. But if we're talking sequel trilogy, I like Kylo Ren. He's my favorite. Followed by Rey.
Sure.
I think she's a close second.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like Rey a lot. She's really, really great.
So, hey, going back to Solo, are you thinking there's going to be a Solo 2? You think it's going to be a series? You think it'll be a movie? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so our podcast, so John Hoey started Make Solo 2 Happen. That's like his baby.
Right.
He created that.
Mm-hmm.
He actually, he messaged James and I about it like before September 2019, before he like kicked it off and was like, hey guys, I'm thinking of doing this campaign kind of as like a jokey thing, but like I really do mean it, that I would love a second Solo, even though I know it never happened. And I just said to him, I was like, that's dumb. I was like, why would you do that? And he's like, I don't know, it just seems like something I'd like. And I'm like, okay, I support you, man, but like never gonna happen. So then we started tweeting about it because we genuinely do want another Solo. And we were getting into the spring after Celebration, and we noticed we got some attention from John Kasdan and a couple other people. And I was like, you know what, John, like maybe we should just do a day where we celebrate Solo and just talk about what we like about it. And 20 people will tweet about it and it'll be fun. And John was like, yeah, that's great. So we tweeted about it in 2019, last year. And we woke up at 8 a.m. in the morning and there were already 8,000 tweets about it. So
holy cow.
We were just like, wait, what? And all of a sudden it's
That's
trending worldwide. Ron Howard is retweeting my photo and like all this other stuff. And I'm like, wait, how did this happen? And it's honestly, I think because everybody really loves Solo. It just got so tied into bad marketing, bad timing, the negativity from The Last Jedi, which I'm not saying anybody's wrong for not liking it. I just think people need to find constructive ways to express themselves. But that being said, they brought that negative energy into Solo, and it didn't do well. It was right after Deadpool and Avengers and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And so when we got to that day, it was a lot of tweets going, oh, I liked this movie. People liked this movie. And we were just like, oh, so this is a thing now. So we've been kind of carrying that with us. And we did another Make Solo 2 Happen Day this year, and it trended again worldwide. So we're like, this has to mean something. And last year when we did it, a bunch of people from Lucasfilm, from, sound guys like Matthew Wood and John Powell, the composer of Solo, and a couple other people were just talking about it, sharing how much they loved it. Jonas talked about it a lot. Even someone had mentioned it to Alden when he was at, I think, Galaxy's Edge when it opened. And he said, oh, yeah, someone sent me an email. I know about it. And we were just pumped. People were talking about it. And then this year it happened again, where all the fans were talking about it. And we noticed that a lot of the Lucasfilm people and people that were expressing support last year were kind of silent. To which my response, and being in PR in my career and being at Comic-Cons and secretive and stuff, I was like, okay, something's going on. Because if they're not talking about it, they would say no if it was a no. And then all these Alden quotes are coming out now where he's like, well, I've heard some stuff. And I think it's a no-brainer because everybody does genuinely like that movie. I've never heard someone say, yeah, I don't like it. It's, yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was good. Or I love it. There's no one adamantly being like, no, it is terrible. And we're now seeing all these interesting articles coming out from people that 2 years ago were like, Solo's terrible, to now they're saying like, oh, I think Solo didn't get the appreciation that it deserved. And we're like, that's what we've been saying. So I think it's very possible that they could be working on something, specifically a series for Disney Plus. But yeah, no, that whole thing is all John. So if it happens, they better invite him to the set or something, because he was the one that I was like, yeah, okay.
Well, that is how I actually found y'all's podcast, was from from that. Yeah.
It's fun.
It's so great. And it, you'd said how hot Kylo Ren was, but
he is.
Young Solo is the hottest person in all of Star Wars.
I mean, if we're being serious, if we're being honest, they're all hot. Like, there's no one in these movies that I'm like, no. I mean, except Jabba.
So I'm really excited because now that it's on Disney Plus too, I think, again, the Clone Wars was popular, but it didn't become what it became until it hit Netflix.
Right.
And I'm really hoping for something similar with Solo. A lot of people who didn't go see it for whatever reasons they had are now seeing it, and it will build up that same momentum that Clone Wars did. Because back in, was it 2008, I think the Clone Wars movie came out? Mm-hmm. I loved Ahsoka Tano since the second she came out. And it was not a popular thought.
It wasn't.
For many
and
years.
I see videos with Ashley where she talks about the whole process of playing Ahsoka, and I feel so bad for her. She's like, in the beginning, everyone hated me. And I'm like, how could you hate Ashley?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And she's done so much for the fandom in general, which has been so awesome.
Right.
But yeah, I'm really hoping for the love of Solo to really start flourishing now that it's there.
A lot of kids love Solo. Like, a lot of kids are like, that's my Star Wars, is Solo. And I love that. I want that for them. I love that there are so many ways that kids can get into Star Wars now, which wasn't the way it was when I was little. So, like, there wasn't Jedi Temple Challenge, which I grew up with Nickelodeon with, like, Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple and stuff. So I love that. I love that there's books for kids and toys for kids and video games and Lego Star Wars and all these things. And at the end of the day, Star Wars isn't for us. We get to appreciate it and enjoy it, but it's really for kids. And when they get to say, like, hey, Solo's my favorite one, I'm like, yeah, go for it. Like, it could be whatever you want it to be. And that's what I love about Star Wars. And that's what oftentimes I'm like, everyone needs to take a breath, because it's not that serious. Because it's just for fun.
No, I mean, 100%. That's why Solo is so great, because it really is. It's just a fun, feel-good movie. And underneath it, if you want to dig in, you can start thinking about all the horrible things
Crimson
that the Empire
Dawn,
is doing. Look at Enfys, all that. But you have to you have to want to go look for it. It isn't pushed in your face, which is, I think, so awesome. Like,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
what I love about it.
And then Alden also mentioned how he's on that new show on Peacock, which again is just, I've said this before, but it's the worst name for a distribution service. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know who in that meeting was like, yeah, no, this is what we're going with, and they're like, Bob, you're a genius. No, he was talking about his new show, and he said he brought his thoughts and feelings of Han Solo into this new role. And I'm like, if he's at the top of your mind, and you had such a great experience, and he's influencing what you're doing, then there are conversations happening, because you don't just pull that out of nowhere. Like, you're talking about it. I hope he gets it.
I hope.
So
I
same
hope
with Jonas.
if we get more, we get some Qi'ra, because I feel like my one critique of that movie is her stupid hair, because it did not feel Star Wars, and I got lost in the bangs for like the first time I saw it.
I tell you, when we reviewed the movie, James and John kind of like poked fun at me a little bit, because I was like, "What's with her hair? It's not Star Warsy," and they were like, "What?" I was like, "It's not Star Warsy. It's like 1970s. Like, what is that?" And the bangs, it's the bangs. Like John put it as like the bang theory, which is like when they're playing a younger character, they just give them bangs, and they're like, okay, so now you're younger, and it's like, what?
But she didn't. Yeah. So it took me a minute after that.
Yeah.
But I was like, that character is so layered, because I don't know, I've seen that movie 15, 20 times now probably, and I feel like there's just so much simmering underneath the surface of her character that I'm like, I think I don't feel good for Maul, because we all know Maul ended up somewhere. Well, I think she's a lot more powerful than she let on in that entire movie.
Right.
And I'm very, that movie, you could watch it and leave and be fine. But there was just knew there was so much that was going to come from it.
Right. And I mean, Erin Kellyman, who played Enfys Nest, was on the Star Wars Celebration stage in 2019. And she was talking about Solo, and she had let it slip like, oh yeah, it was in the first in the series. And everyone was like,
yep.
What? And then, John Kasdan talking about how he had plans for all these different crime syndicates and all these things. And the way that they lit up the lightsabers in her eyes at the end of the movie, you're like, there's so much left to be told here that we're just not please just give me that story. There's more to be told.
It's because poor Maul always thinks he's on top, and then he finds out every time he's working for another master. You know who his master was in that movie? He was getting played by Qi'ra. He thought he was pushing her buttons, but she was pushing his. That's my theory.
Okay, I'm showing my title again. Who's Qi'ra?
Qi'ra is what's her name?
Amelia Clarke. She's the love interest of Alden's character, Han Solo.
Yeah. Game of Thrones.
Okay, got it. All right. Oh, her. Okay.
Yeah. Daenerys, right? Was that her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do a quiz for all the movies so far, all the movies that have come out, and we did one for Solo. And I remember one of the questions was like, do you think Qi'ra and Han will kiss? Because it was one of those things like, are they love interests because of Leia, obviously? And I remember being like, yeah, they're definitely going to kiss. And James was like, no way, no way. They kiss in like 2 minutes into that movie. They're making out. And I was just laughing. I was like, well, he got that question wrong. I think they should have promoted that. The marketing was just so bad. They should have promoted that love interest more. They could have done so many different things, and they went with Denny's. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, it gave me some great cups. Yeah,
it's true. But it's still Denny's. Why Denny's? Out of all
no, really,
restaurants?
he made us go and get them all.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, I love that they kind of tried to respect the release date in honor of Star Wars and all that. But, like, Star Wars found December to be their thing. So they should have... it is what it is. We're beyond that now. I love that people are watching it now.
Me too. Absolutely.
So, favorite moments in Star Wars? Do you think you have one that's your favorite?
Luke Skywalker going to Jabba's palace and then saving the day is my favorite moment in Star Wars, because when I was little, you see him as who he is in A New Hope, where he's like trying to figure out where he is and who he is, what is belonging, what does this all mean. Then Empire Strikes Back, he's like not sure who he is, and he's trying to be there for his friends, and he like, what is the Force? What is Yoda? What are all these things? And then you meet him in Return of the Jedi, and he is so bamf that like he rolls up in this like black outfit. He's like doing mind tricks. You're like, who is this person? It's amazing. And then he just like has this confidence and like slight arrogance to him where he's like, oh, I'm going to figure it out. I got this whole plan figured out. And even when things go terribly wrong, which we love in Star Wars, where everything goes like really bad and you're like, oh, I don't know. He like pulls it out. And it's just, that scene is everything I love about Luke Skywalker. And I think that's ultimately my issues with Luke Skywalker later is like, that's the Luke Skywalker I love, is the guy that comes in and he does whatever he needs to do for his friends and just is like the ultimate hero.
It's funny because I think we forget now, but Luke is scary. That door opens up and he has Darth Vader's silhouette.
Yes.
And the first thing he does is chokes a thing to death.
He's choking people. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, it was really scary. And it's so far removed now. We know he's the hero. But I remember being a little kid and being like worried that he was like the kid, that my hero was now a bad guy, just like his dad was. And
it's funny you say that. I was like, oh my God, he's so amazing. Like that was my reaction. He can choke people.
I mean, the first memory I have of Return of the Jedi, and really the only part that I remember from the movie when I was little was the curtains opening when Jabba the Hutt pops out, because it was legit scary.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember being devastated that Max Rebo died on the sail barge, and I was crying. I was so upset. I loved Max Rebo. To this day, I still love my Max Rebo. But I had this like collector's book. And I was just like, he's not a bad guy.
It is true. I mean, now you said that, I'm thinking about like how that sail barge it goes. There are no survivors. That thing blows up.
Well, it's no longer canon, but in 1997, when I graduated high school, was the year that Tales from Jabba's Palace came out, I believe.
Right.
And I was sitting in the middle of an aisle of a Barnes & Noble, and I saw there was a Sice Noodles in the Max Rebo Band chapter. And at the end of that story, we found out that they jumped off and they lived. And I signed every one of my yearbooks that year with, he's alive. I was very popular and signed a lot of yearbooks.
Love it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I agree. That's Luke Skywalker. The salute on the skiff. That is Luke Skywalker.
Right, 100%. Walking the plank, turning around, the force kick. Yeah.
Yep, it's great. What is your favorite moment, Thomas? Because actually, I've answered this, I think, probably 2 or 3 times, and I'm sure people are sick of hearing me say the same answer. And I'm not sure if you've ever answered this question. This is radio, so you don't want any silence.
So no silence.
He's like, I'm going to need like 10 minutes to think about it.
I'm going to need like 20 minutes. I got to run downstairs to go to YouTube and see if I can figure out a favorite moment. I don't know. I don't. I have ones that I remember more than others. For some reason, I always remember Prince at the very, very opening when the doors open, and this is number 4. Darth Vader appears for the very first time. And again, I was sitting in the movie theater, and I was a young kid, and it was scary. It was really scary. And I remember being scared, actually. That's what I remember. So I remember, so I guess I'm going to say it's the most memorable one. Yeah. Is it my favorite? I'm going to say the most memorable one.
There you go.
That and Princess Leia when she's giving whatever she gave to R2-D2. So that whole, what is that, within
sequence,
5-7
Wait,
minutes?
what she gave him?
Yeah,
you mean
sequence?
The Death Star
entire
plans.
plot of the movie?
Yep, exactly.
Whatever.
In one ear, out the other.
And then now that you've seen Rogue One, you're like, okay, I get why he's totally scary, because he just like massacred all those people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
That movie did Darth Vader some wonders.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty
How
cool.
long have people like myself and other people been waiting to see Darth Vader like in his heyday? Like that.
Yep.
That was. I remember squealing like, I'm not a squealer. I squealed in the movie theater. I was so pumped. I was like, kill them all. Just kill everyone.
It was so good.
I do have to say, though, I wished they never took his mask off. Because it kind of ruined it for me.
You mean at the end of the Return of the Jedi when he gets redeemed?
Yeah. I wish we just kept that mask on. I didn't need to see it.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I didn't want to see it.
Thomas.
Maybe that's another podcast. I'm not sure.
Yes.
But
There we go. Okay.
There you go.
Star Wars according to Tom. Don't show
In
Darth
one
Vader's.
ear, out the other.
All right. What do we got next?
All right, let's see. So I know we are just coming past June in Pride Month, and we like to ask all our guests about their feelings on representation or their lack thereof it in Star Wars, what their thoughts about it is. And if they think, because the world has changed, whether or not we're going to see some in the future, some representation.
So I think it's super important to have representation in Star Wars. I don't think that there's enough. I think that they've done better for women in Star Wars, but I don't think that they've done better for everyone. I remember growing up and saying that Luke Skywalker was my favorite. I mean, I still say that, but saying that because there were no women that were Jedi. I was like, oh, well, he's the Jedi. I want to be the hero. And I remember when The Force Awakens came out, at the end at Starkiller Base, I thought the lightsaber was going to Luke. I was like so sure that that's what was happening, is when he was going to show up, which Mark Hamill then eventually was like, oh, I thought this was where I was showing up. And I was like, hey, same thought. But I didn't realize the emotional reaction I would have to Rey grabbing the lightsaber. It was everything I ever wanted when I was little.
That's awesome.
I wanted a strong woman to grab the lightsaber and be the hero. I wanted that so bad, and I didn't even realize I wanted it because I had grown up knowing Luke's the hero. But I remember having tears in my eyes and being like, I have been waiting for this moment. So that energy alone is something that I want everybody to have, that moment where they can recognize themselves on screen in characters, no matter if it's a hero or a scoundrel or a stormtrooper or whatever. There should be representation of everybody on screen, and the fact that there isn't is nuts to me. And second of all, how did they not make Oscar Isaac and John Boyega romantic partners? Because legit, the whole thing was there the entire time, and everybody was rooting for it, including them. And I feel like it was just a real missed opportunity. And I also think it was a missed opportunity to not have Finn be a Jedi earlier in the series than the last movie. You get this.
Well, if he was, we still don't know.
Right.
You never got to tell her.
Right. But he has obviously force powers, and it's very clear that he does. And I remember that was one of the things that I was the most excited for in The Rise of Skywalker, besides, Ben Solo showing up. But when Finn showed that he had powers, I was like, why didn't they explore this more? Because I remember one of the biggest kind of meh moments in The Force Awakens is all the marketing was Finn with the lightsaber and Finn fighting Kylo Ren and all these things. And then they're like, no, psych, he has no powers. He's a trash man. And then she is the one that has powers, which I was like conflicted, because I was like, of course I want Rey to have powers, but why can't Finn have powers too? Why does it have to be one or the other? I think that it's always important that everybody sees himself on screen, and that everyone has that moment that I have. And I can't imagine anybody not wanting that for everyone. There was one instance recently where we were celebrating Make Solo 2 Happen Day, and we had this girl, I believe her name is Emma. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize. But she and her dad, Scott, were in the thing that we do, which is called the Virtual Cantina, and they were talking about Enfys Nest, and she was expressing how she loves Solo. It's her favorite movie, and she said when she saw it in the movie theater, Enfys Nest took her helmet off, and she said, I saw myself up there. She said, I saw myself on screen, and I said, that's me. I'm her. And that was such a powerful moment for me, because I was geeking out about her earlier, because Erin Kellyman had posted the photo of them meeting at the convention. And I was like, this girl is adorable. This is such a great moment.
Yeah.
And the girl then tells us in person. And I'm like, oh my God, you're that girl. And I like freaked out and fangirled for her.
Yeah.
But nothing makes me more angry or crazy is when people don't want that. Like, why wouldn't you want more stories to tell? Why wouldn't you want more experiences through other people's eyes? Because that's the only way you're going to become more empathetic and a better person if you experience things through other people. So yeah, I'm all for it. I'm up for anything. I want to see new stuff. I'm ready for new things.
Yeah, it's so funny
No
when
more
people get upset
Palpatine.
about things.
I'm done with Palpatine. Let's move on.
No more. But yeah, like giving someone something doesn't have to mean taking away something from you. And that's like
Right.
the feeling like I don't understand.
Neither do I.
But, thank you for sharing that because honestly,
Absolutely.
it's we were talking about this probably before Pride Month. And this Pride Month we're in a weird time anyways. It was a
Yes.
weird time to be
Yep.
all of these things. But I think I've never. So before the podcast, before I really hopped on Twitter, like which I did just for the podcast kind of thing, Star Wars
How do
was
you
always
like
just.
it? Welcome, scum and
Yeah,
villainy.
I
Must I
didn't like
say?
it for a while. I'm learning to like it now. I'm actually having a lot of fun now. It took me a hot minute, but Star Wars is always my thing. I have like I never really had it with anybody else. I never had friends that were into it. One or two.
A
but
husband.
Like,
I'm
a husband who wasn't
I'm
into it.
totally the same way. I didn't have
Yeah.
this group of people to talk to about it until I started podcasting. So
Yep.
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, and when one of our episodes, we had Mark from Forever Star Wars, who when I started this, I didn't know there was anyone from my community podcasting at all. So, which is part of the reason that I started it. And then, it came out and there's some out there and I'm like, okay, this is amazing.
Right.
And I realized halfway through recording that was the first time I had ever had a conversation about Star Wars with a queer person. And it was really like,
How
it
awesome.
changed. Yeah. I was like, it was like halfway through and it just hit me. And I was like, this is really awesome that someone sees it the way I do.
Right.
At least, in that mindset. But we were on another thing and we were brought on someone's YouTube channel actually to talk about queer representation in Star Wars. And I was like, beforehand, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be the perfect person for your show. But like throughout this month, I've changed because I've always loved Star Wars.
Sure.
And as I've gotten older, no, it's not there. And I certainly didn't want to, it's taken me some time to process. I don't want to now start not liking it because I've always seen myself in it anyways.
Which is how I felt with Rey. Is like I always connected with Luke and I was like, oh, that's who I connected with. And then when I got Rey, I was like, oh, this is what I've been missing. This element.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is so great because like I haven't gotten that, obviously.
Right.
And maybe I will. And I'm more open to wanting it. But now it's also different because again, like I said, Star Wars has always been my thing, and I don't mean mine in the not sharing sort of way, but like we've been parents for almost 4 years, so we're still relatively new parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like our oldest son came and he's fine. But now Michael is our youngest and he's the other super fan, and all of a sudden I am seeing Star Wars for someone else, and this probably will like ruin me as people thinking that I may possibly be a good parent, but I'm like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I have to share Star Wars, and I'm like, how do I share? I don't even know how to do it yet.
Right.
But and all of a sudden, like now, even for me, the queer thing, I'm 41 now. I'm good. Like, and I love it. And I have Ahsoka for my queer representation, which I have my reasonings for that. But like,
Sure.
We're an interracial family now, and I want more interracial families for my son Michael,
Right.
who looks different than we do, also has 2 dads, also had all the, like all of the stuff that they have, and all of a sudden I'm like, damn it, we need some representation for him. He loves this, and I don't want to have him just look at some Ewoks or some aliens on screen and feel like that's who he relates to. But I want him to actually have some real things, and it's been an interesting thing because all of a sudden now I'm like, I want it. I want to learn how to want it, without being angry if I don't get it, because that
Right.
isn't
Advocate
healthy either.
for what people deserve. People deserve to see themselves represented on screen.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it's really it's an interesting thing, but I really, they have come a long way, I think,
Yes.
in the last few years. So I'm someone like you. Probably I'd rather choose to be grateful for the vast improvement that I've seen than
but we got ways
what I'm
to
not
go.
getting yet. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's been really yeah. Anyways, that was part of this podcast that happened in June that I was not exactly prepared for, but it was a really wonderful gift to have gotten it.
Well,
it's
we
been great.
need voices like yours in fandom, so you're doing the right thing.
No, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, and so wrapping it up, we always like to ask everybody as well what their thoughts on what is the future of Star Wars? Where do you think we're going here?
That's tricky because we're in a crazy time right now where productions are stalled and things are being reworked. And, I really want Kenobi because I love Kenobi. I think Cassian's going to be great. I'm interested to see what Taika does with his movie and if the Rian Johnson movie's happening. November 2017, we haven't really heard anything. I would imagine that we're probably going to get a Rey trilogy at some point in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm sure they're not going to let Daisy Ridley go. Hopefully that will mean also a Force sensitive Finn. I'd love that. More than anything, I want new Star Wars. I want stuff that I've never seen before, characters that I don't know, that come with no baggage of nostalgia or people's perceptions and expectations. And, The Mandalorian, I feel like, is something that everybody loves because everybody went into it not really knowing what they were getting. And then everyone's like, oh, it's amazing, Baby Yoda, woo! But now I'm getting that worried feeling when I keep hearing these characters that are going to be popping up in season 2. And I'm like, oh, but those come with such fan expectations and baggage that if one thing isn't done the way someone wants it, they're going to get angry. And it's like, that's the world we live in. I want something that no one's ever seen, has no connection to anything, that can just take us to a place that we've never been before. And that's the excitement of a Star Wars galaxy. So my hope is that that's what we're doing. Right now, it's kind of uncertain, which is a little scary, I think, not only in Star Wars, but in the world. So hopefully we'll get more optimistic, hopeful stories coming down the line, because that's what I need at least.
I agree. I think if Rey and Finn's stories are done, I really wish they would have never put that Finn stuff in The Rise of Skywalker. I'm glad it's there because he should have had that. But if we're not going to do anything with it, then you should have just left it out.
Or why did you give Rey a yellow lightsaber and then she doesn't use it at all?
Exactly. Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, I'm convinced that we're going to get 10, 11, 12.
Yes.
Personally. And I think it will be the Skywalker saga still. We've heard before that it was all done. So I don't buy that for a minute. Yeah. But like the expectations, Ahsoka Tano's my favorite Star Wars character, so there's a big part of me that's so stoked that she may or may not be coming in The Mandalorian.
I'm gonna love it.
But I don't feel like I'm gonna be that person who now has so many expectations of what I want from her that it's gonna be it's. I'm not a mean negative person anyway, so I will not be that.
No, you just get nervous, right? You're like, I don't know how I feel about this.
And I can't see her. I was just all these Black Series figures started debuting today.
Yes.
And everyone's super stoked. There's Ahsoka. I'm super happy, and I'm like, but I want an animated Ahsoka because that's how I see her. I don't see her as a live action person. I don't want to. That's not who she is.
Right. Absolutely.
Probably going to have to see it. And Shakti is really scary looking. Like those pictures of her, I'm like, wait, is that what she's going to look like? Because that would be a direct translation. So that's cool. But I'm not getting warm and fuzzies. And Ahsoka needs to give me some warm and fuzzies.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I am excited for the future of Star Wars. And I do think this last few weeks, like I said, I am struggling with The Rise of Skywalker still. I feel on Twitter I am nothing but supportive of it, probably just to counterbalance like the other stuff. But then when I'm sitting with it, I don't know if I love it.
I'm the same way. I'm trying to like grapple with certain aspects of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be straightforward. I've been this straightforward about it since like it came out. Is that I really wish Ben Solo didn't die. I get why he did. I understand the choice they made. It's not my character to decide whether he lives or not. And I'm not gonna like go out and be like, J.J. Abrams sucks, because I don't think he does. I just feel like I was just so excited about that character and the idea that it was Han and Leia's son and that Leia could sacrifice herself to make him come back. And that's what I wanted for him.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted him to come back. So I was like a little upset about that, but there's just like, I have a lot of questions. I feel like there's a lot of holes in that movie.
There's a lot. Which is why I'm hoping that they're there for a reason, because it didn't really close the door. It closed a door and opened another one.
Right.
But like, I feel like what I love from Star Wars is, and I've gotten to understand this more as I got older, because growing up with Star Wars as when we were kids and then the prequels come out, like I really like the prequels a lot. And I think a lot of the reason that people don't like them, I think, and this will sound weird, is intentional in a way, but like the Jedi are not cool. We all anticipated these heroes that were going to save the day, and they're jerks. They're like not nice at all.
Right.
And at least at that stage of where the order was at that time. And I was really upset at the beginning. It took me a long time to like come to terms with it.
Right.
And now that it's been so much later, like I love what they did because it challenged us. And I want Star Wars to challenge me. The Empire Strikes Back that no one liked at the beginning was because it challenged you. Like we thought this was where it was going to go, and it gave us something different. And then Return of the Jedi, we're like, oh, well, now we're on this train with The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, nope, now we're over here, and we're somewhere in the middle, and we're going to challenge you again.
Right.
You think a teddy bear that you sleep with at night is really cute, but look, this is what they can do. Don't underestimate things that don't look like they can do something, because Star Wars is always for the the little guy, and they won. And if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have won. And what I feel like The Last Jedi did was push Star Wars forward. It challenged us. It gave us a Luke Skywalker a lot of people do not like, and I understand why they don't like him. Some people do love him, but it challenged you.
Right.
And I feel like The Rise of Skywalker left me back in 1983, and I wanted it to bring me into 2050, and it didn't do that.
Right.
Not really.
Well,
and that
I
was
have,
disappointing.
like I said with Luke Skywalker earlier, is like I have Return of the Jedi Luke in my head. I have, even in Empire Strikes Back, he ditches everything to help his friends, and I have trouble figuring out, and I've seen the explanation videos. I've read the articles. I get it, because that's the first thing people say is like, but have you? Yes, I've seen it. It's my own personal connection with Luke Skywalker that I see him as one thing, and I understand what Rian Johnson was doing. I get it. He even said he wanted to challenge us, and I respect him for it. He did something that he was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do, and you're going to watch it. And I was like, okay. So I'm grappling with this idea of Luke not being that helpful, optimistic, I will drop everything I'm doing for my friends person, which is what I admired in him, and that's not who he is, which he ultimately does make that decision towards the end of the movie, but it bothered me. And I feel like if he had that fight with Kylo at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, I would be in a different position than I am right now. Because I would have been like, yep, that ends the story. He's done. It's over. But because it's that middle chapter, I'm like, okay, but like we didn't get to see him do anything else. So it just was like a setback for me, which I get. It's not his story. The sequel trilogy is like Rey and Kylo's story. But I don't know. I was just so pumped for Luke Skywalker to be back. And I was like, but I want like Jabba Palace Luke. And I got like frumpy milk drinking Luke.
I feel bad for you. You got cranky Luke and Ben Solo died. Like,
but that's why I like The Force Awakens, so I can remember how fun and excited I was. And then Return of the Jedi from my childhood, and then Solo because it's connected to nothing, and I can just have fun watching it.
Well, I don't know. I hope we get a Disney Plus series. I want some Crimson Dawn Disney Plus series and get me connected.
Yes, I want Infest Nest so bad.
Like that for me is where I think Solo 2, I want it to go there. I want Han to come in and out. I don't need it to center on him, which I know is weird, but like...
No, it could totally be a series where they have episodes that focus on different characters. Like, it doesn't have to be Han the whole time, but I think it does have to have him in it at some point.
Oh, yeah. He was fantastic.
He was. And so was Jonas. They were so good.
Yeah, the second you saw him hot wiring that thing, I saw Empire Strikes Back or Han. The second so I didn't understand coming out. I just didn't see Han. What?
Did you see the same movie?
Remember when Han's getting hugged in the cell under Jabba's palace? That's who he was playing. He was playing that Han, not the one in. Yeah, okay. Anyways, all right.
Yeah.
No, thank you very much. This was a lot of fun.
Of course, this was so fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Or I guess
tell us where we can find you.
Yeah, give us all your
socials.
Your socials.
Yeah, so I'm on the Resistance broadcast at RBATSWNN every Monday and Thursday, where we talk about Star Wars just like this. And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Lacey Gilleran.
There we go.
Awesome.
We see lots of cute toys. 366 days of Star Wars, is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You get to see how much money I've spent as I weep.
All right. Well, thank you very, very much. And until next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
May the Force be with you.
You too.
Bye. Bye now.
Well, that was a fantastic talk. Thank you so much, Lacey. We really, really, really appreciate you.
We really do. Thank you very much for coming on.
You know, actually, something I forgot to say on the intro when we were first bringing her on, the woman also loves Robin. She called her a mood. I don't know I don't know what Gossip Girl is. She mentioned something about Gossip Girl. Clearly,
Maybe you need to start watching.
I'm a lot older than Lacey, but she's a mood. I'm down for a mood. Again, not sure I'm cool enough to totally know what a mood means, but I'm assuming it's something positive.
We're going to YouTube it.
Oh God. Yeah. Urban Dictionary. What does mood mean? But with that said, I'm running with It's Great Thing. She's probably like laughing now because maybe she really didn't like her or something. And
she fooled us by saying mood.
Wow,
mood those guys bad. Will fall for anything. Just say anything.
Mood means really bad.
No, I think she actually truly likes her.
It's because she's great. And, you know, Robin and Star Wars bring everyone together. Madonna thought it was music that brought the bourgeoisie and the rebels together, but really it's Star Wars bringing the rebels, quite literally the rebels, and Robin. That's what they dance to.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
So I have to say, like, Tom was just so excited. He really enjoyed her. I can't believe I said it once. I'm going to say it again. 13 years it's taken me to not convince my husband about anything Star Wars, and all of a sudden she's on with us for like an hour plus a little bit with.
Well, I didn't want to go goo goo gaga. I didn't want to go goo goo.
But
clearly, can we edit that part out?
Clearly, I'm going goo goo gaga.
I mean, honestly, every time she said something, I'm like, wow, that's exactly how I feel. Wow. God, she said exactly what I was thinking.
That's my Luke Skywalker.
Like,
that's
wow.
my Luke.
I'm like, this girl's good. She was great. I'm very, very impressed.
So thank you, Lacey. It was a real pleasure, and I'm very, very, very appreciative to have you on. She was great.
She was really awesome.
So,
thank you, Lacey.
Yes, thank you. Thomas, where can they find us?
You know, I don't know. You just changed everything. Why don't you tell me? Why did you do that?
Well, Thomas, I did change it. I've been talking about how much June has changed us, changed me in particular. And when I first started this podcast, I thought that the big connective tissue was going to be the Force to Listen part.
So June made you change our socials?
It did, because I learned in June that this bitch is on fire. I can't snap. Snap for me, Thomas.
No,
snap for me. Thank you. No, I'm so impressed with how many people like Lacey have embraced us, even those who are not queer or LGBTQ+, and have put us in their earbuds. And, you know, honestly, it's meant a lot. So I needed our socials and our website to be a little gayer.
So Lacey made us change our socials?
She made us gay.
Sorry, Lacey. I think we were before.
But now you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at servingpinkmilk, because we serve pink milk and Star Wars realness. I'm going to work on it. Our website is now servingpinkmilk.com. YouTube, we're still there. Google Podcasts, we're still there. Apple Podcasts, we're still there. Spotify, we're still there. We just got a lot more pink and a lot more glitter in all those places. So thank you for listening. Please, 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 if you enjoyed this podcast and all of our other podcasts, please go to Apple Music and write and review. Give us some love. Get us in more earballs.
Earballs? That's a new one for me.
I'm gay. I've got balls on the mind, I guess. I don't know.
And in your ears, I guess.
All right. Follow us at Serving Pink Milk on all of our socials, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye. But Tom, you're supposed to tell them about something else.
I'm on vacation.
We have been working on getting this out for like 5 minutes. I don't know why it's so damn funny. But
We're still going on vacation, though.
We
Sorry.
are going to go on vacation, so we will be missing 1 week, but we've got some great guests to listen to again, or spend some time introducing your friends to us, or go visit one of our many other friends. Conversations, The Resistance Broadcast, It's True, all of it, Force Toast. Listen to some Star Wars Explained on YouTube. Fill your ears, or your earballs. What did I say? Earballs?
Earballs.
Fill your earballs with something else while we're gone. Wish us fun. We are going on a road trip and lots of outdoors things, and we will be wearing our masks.
We're very butch.
Bye.